Welcome back from the ad break. You are still watching Prime Live. Now, my next guest is Faseegah Davids joining us on Zoom, and we will be speaking about the Pain for Palestine event that's happening at the Zoo Lake on this Sunday, 11th of May. Now, Palestine Solidarity Alliance representative will be talking to us today about the exciting event that's going to be happening and, also the promises that they are giving us in terms of the fun-filled day of art, activism, and community spirit. Thank you so much for joining us. Assalamu alaikum, Faseegah. Welcome to Prime Live.
Wa alaikum salam and good evening. Thank you for having me.
Jazakallah so much. Now, can you please tell us what inspired PSA to organize this event again this year? What are you hoping to achieve through it?
Yeah, 100%. So the Palestine Solidarity Alliance hosted this event last year as well. And alhamdulillah, it was a major success. And we are redoing it this year. Pain for Palestine is more than just a commemoration for the Faseegah Day, but it's also going to be a time for the community to get together and discuss what ways we can go forward and make the best possible impact that we can make.
Jazakallah so much for sharing that with us. Now, can you please describe some of the art activities that will be available at the event and how they will, help participants express their support for Palestine?
Yeah, really exciting stuff. So for the kids, we're going to have face paint. There's also going to be coloring books from the river to the sea. It's quite a significant coloring book. There's different Palestinian heroes and members of the Palestinian community and homes. So the coloring book holds a lot of story and narrative also for the kids. So there's going to be lots of engagement and education around that. For everyone else, we will have art supplies on sale. And members of the community can also bring their own art supplies from home along. The goal is that we want everyone to go home with their own art piece.
That is so beautiful. I mean, we're seeing the visuals on our screens. For those who didn't know about Pain for Palestine, it's a beautiful, beautiful view. Now, tell us about, obviously, the first hope for it is so that it can raise awareness that we are in solidarity with Palestine. But what else do you hope this event can bring for the community?
So many things. I think just to touch on the raising awareness, that is work that we're going to have to continue to do as the genocide escalates drastically in Gaza and throughout Palestine. Humanitarian aid is also still obviously being blocked by the borders from entering Gaza. So the famine is increasing as well. So yes, raising awareness is obviously a key element of the event. But like I said earlier, we really want members of the community to discuss and give their inputs and ideas on what ways we can go forward as a movement and as communities to build momentum for the Palestinian movement and the Palestinian liberation.
Now, let's talk about the keffiyeh and, the traditional Palestinian head dress that you see people wear. Let's talk more about its significance in the Palestinian culture.
Yeah, so the keffiyeh, I'm wearing a keffiyeh scarf right now around my neck. It's a global, I think it's the probably most recognizable global symbol for Palestine. And just some history on the keffiyeh, what happened during the first Intifada, or the first war that was inflicted upon Palestine. The Israeli government actually prevented the Palestinians from waving the Palestinian flag. And so as a means of their resistance or existence and showing their national identity, they then wore the keffiyeh. And since that time, the keffiyeh became a symbol of resistance, existence, but also, of course, Palestinian identity.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I know I asked you a question on what or how do you wish this event could impact people, but just to stretch a little bit more on that topic, obviously people that will be attending are going to leave with their hearts full in terms of knowing that they are in solidarity and they've shown support, for Palestine. Let's expand a little bit more on that in terms of how do you hope this message stays in their heart and how do you hope they take that, home with them so that they can bring others who did not come to the event into the solidarity movement?
Yeah, so I mean, first and foremost is the physical art piece, right? We want
Yes.
everyone to have their own art piece at the end of the day and take that home, share that with your friends and your family, and that way you can also keep it alive and the memories alive of the day as well. Um, Broader than that, I think what we want people to leave with is a sense of consciousness, is a sense of awakening, a sense of communitarianism, and just the importance of showing up when it matters. You know, big or small, it really doesn't matter. We just have to continuously show up until the Palestinian people are free. And so liberation requires all of us to do our part, whether small or big. And this is what the event is all about, you know, taking that time, taking that effort and really putting it together for the bigger picture.
Mm. And now, can you tell us the details on the event itself? Maybe give us the address. Also, are there any tickets that are being sold for this? And if yes, what do they include?
Sure. So it's on the 11th of May. That is the Sunday at 11 a.m. Zoo Lake. All the information is on our social media platforms. So you can find that at PSA on Instagram or PSAYL. That's our Youth League page. This event is free. However, like I said, for art supplies, you can either buy that from us at a cost or you can come from home and bring your own art supplies along with you. I also wanted to add that Educators for Humanity will also be present at the event. They're also a really key organization in the liberation movement as well, and they'll be designing an olive tree. And the olive tree also has great significance and symbolism in Palestine outside of the Kifia. It speaks to the rootedness of the Palestinian people and peace.
Now, another thing that I want you to share with us is the fact that PSA has arranged this event so that, I mean, through art, you are expressing your support for Palestine. What advice do you have for people who are watching right now in terms of them showing support and continuing the movement of never stopping to show, Palestine love and the support that they need?
Yeah, no, I think, you know, art is just one form of expression, but really it's about doing what you love and how do you use what you love to express your solidarity with people in struggle. That is with Palestine and all around the world. You know, where we are geopolitically now is obviously very concerning. There's many countries in the Middle East that is also under lots of turmoil and in Africa as well. And so how do we use art and how do we use other means to not just express our love, but what we love and use that to express our solidarity? And this is just another way to do that. And that's what we want people to do in whatever spaces they are in whatever they are passionate about. How do they use that and express it? And of course, the importance of art is that it goes beyond just memory and creativity. It also means of turning that trauma of the Palestinian people into something for us to understand and fight for.
Now, Faseegah, before I let you go, please tell us in terms of the event. I mean, this has happened before. It's not the first event you're hosting. And please tell us your hopes and, you know, plans in terms of making this a bigger thing. What are the plans in the future? What can we expect from PSA in terms of supporting Palestine?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots coming up. I would say stay tuned to our social media pages.
Yeah.
We will be posting as we go along. May is quite a significant month. The 15th of May also marks 77 years since the Nakba in Palestine, so that's since 1948. So we have a few events, we have a few protests coming up. We have a few, there's actually a lot happening even with the coal embargo right now. So from a climate justice perspective, we also will be doing some collaboration there. So stay tuned to our social media. We will be posting as we go along, inshallah.
Inshallah. Now, Faseegah, Jazakallah so much for joining us and for giving us insight on the event. And I really, really hope and wish nothing but the best in terms of the planning of the event and making sure that, inshallah, it's a success.
I mean, thank you so much for having me.
Jazakallah so much. Viewers at home, this was an amazing interview that I just had with Faseegah Davids on the Pain for Palestine event that's happening at the Zoo Lake this Sunday, 11th of May. So make sure that you do not miss it. Be part of the people that are speaking, standing, and painting for Palestine. But without wasting any time, let's go to a quick ad break. Stay tuned.